Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy VII. In the last part, we went through Rocket Town and got ourselves a nifty little tiny Bronco in the course of doing so. We also found out our next destination is the Temple of Ancients somewhere on the East Continent, but we're not doing that this part. Something you have access to the moment you get the tiny Bronco, in fact you're parked almost right next to it, is this little island over here. I guess it's not really little, it's like the largest island on the entire map.
It's a big island.
And I mentioned during the date sequence last part that if you want to get Yuffie's date, I recommend doing this before heading over to the Gold Saucer.
Wait, this whole... I didn't even know that gave 10 points to Yuffie.
It's more minor if you're not using Yuffie, but otherwise it is pretty good. But I want to also run around on the beach here to find this, the Adamantii Mine, not Adamantoise, Adamantii Mine. 1600 HP, 720 XP, no, not 7200, god, that'd be ridiculous. 100 AP, 2000 gil, no elemental weaknesses, and what we can steal from them at this point is Adamant Bangles, and I want to steal quite a few of those. I'll go more over what those are in a moment. These things can also drop Dragon Scales and Phoenix Downs, and they have an enemy skill that I want to get, Death Force, which requires me to, of course, manipulate them.
Doesn't that protect against insta-death?
I think, yeah.
Or death sentence, maybe?
I think it inflicts the Death Force status, which I think is instant death immunity. Sounds right, at least. The most annoying thing about Adamantii Mine, first off, you only ever run into these things one at a time. And their main abilities are to use Barrier and M-Barrier on themselves, which means you're not going to be doing much damage either way.
I wish Adamantoises in Final Fantasy IX had good items on them.
Where do you even find them again?
Forgotten Continent.
No wonder. It's the Forgotten Continent. No wonder I forgot.
Oy.
Adamant Bangles, though, they're very small armor pieces. I think they only have one set of linked slots with normal growth. But they have pretty absurd defense. I think they have like 93? Which is...
What?
Yeah, they're really powerful armor. The only thing is, I don't think they have any magic defense, which doesn't matter too much here in the original version due to the magic defense stat being bugged. But if you're playing like the PC version, this is probably not the most recommendable.
Oh my god, 93 defense.
Yeah,
yikes.
That's like disc 3 level, I want to say.
I mean, I always equip the Zyderek, which has about that much anyways.
Yeah.
Next enemy for this part is the Tail Vault. 960 HP, 440 XP, 360, 36 AP, 380 gil, no elemental weaknesses, and you can get a Phoenix down from them if they drop it. Pretty basic.
Though one interesting thing is that there is a weird little glitch that can cause the game to crash involving the Adamantii Mine. It crashes mostly in the PC version. But essentially, if you give it Barrier and M-Barrier through your own spells before it can cast them on itself, it'll try to use Cure on itself. But it doesn't have Cure. So the game will either freeze, crash, or do weird stuff.
It'll try to use Cure, but it doesn't have Cure. What?
Yeah, it's some weird script loop stuff. The 7 has a couple of cases of that because this game's a bit like Ocarina of Time in that if you don't go looking for stuff, this game is very well programmed, but if you really look behind the scenes, this thing's held together with tape. Also, off-screen, as we saw there, I managed to get Aerith up to her level 3 limit breaks and got some others for everyone else as well, like Cloud's level 3. That's mostly just because I wanted to show off her her 2 level 3 limit breaks and give her 4th level one, Great Gospel, as soon as I can. I'll talk more about what that does in a moment, because we clearly have a scene here. Oh, hey, Yuffie. Didn't I leave you behind? Oh, you know, well.
Huh.
Yeah,
something's fishy.
Yeah, I'm with Aerith there. Something's not striking me as right about this. Oh, God. Hello there. Yuffie, what did you do? I will deal with you in a moment. Because for right now, we have...
And she runs away.
Yep, for right now, we have our next new enemy, Attack Squad, which is, I think, going to be the most common Shinra goon in the entirety of the last portion. 1,300 HP, 300 XP, I've done that twice now, 10 AP, 420 gil. You can steal an each 8-inch cannon from them, which I think is a decent weapon for Barret. And they can drop S-mines.
8-inch cannon is, I think, the strongest throwing weapon.
I'll look it up.
Might be 16-inch cannon.
And they drop.
Might be 16-inch cannon.
And they drop S-mines to our upgraded grenades. 8-inch cannon. Oh no, you are correct. They are the most powerful throwing weapon in the game. Base damage of 3,200.
Woo!
That's pretty good. But you may have noticed, during the battle, we only had access to our attack commands. Yuffie stole our shit. We don't have any materia on right now because of that.
Yikes.
There is an interesting caveat to this, though. She steals your materia, no doubt. But she only steals a set amount of materia. I'm gonna see if I can find the exact amount at the moment. But...
And there's also priority for the materia she steals too. She steals some in materia first.
Yeah. The big thing is, if you say you did obscene amount of grinding, you'd probably be at level 70 at this point if you did that much, and you just bought so much materia with a lot of gil, you could still have a good amount of materia, but the amount required is absolutely ridiculous, because the amount of materia you can hold in this game is high, to the point where I don't think I've ever maxed it out.
Nope, I've never maxed it out.
And I don't tend to sell that much materia, even though a lot of people recommend selling useless materia at certain points.
I only sell materia that I've grinded.
Yeah, the only materia I tend to sell is a Mastered All materia, because that sells for quite a bit. I think like 1.4 million.
1.4 million!
And that's a really good way to get some money, especially given how relatively little Master materia take to master, or all materia take to master. There are a lot of new enemies along the way here, and we'll be seeing a couple of them later on, but the main thing you might want to find is in this grass here, and I think this might be the enemy in question. Yes, it is.
That's Razor Weed! 1000 HP, 375 XP, 30 AP, 350 gil. They can drop tranquilizers, high potions, and if you're really lucky, a Loco Weed, but you can manipulate them for the enemy skill Magic Hammer.
Okay, I just found it. Yuffie can carry 48 materia. So, that's how much she can steal, just through how I play. I probably have less than that, and yeah, it does prioritize summon materia a lot. Same with, like, certain other very powerful ones. Magic materia towards the bottom of the list. Now, the Razor Weeds have one particular ability we want to see later on, which is Magic Hammer, an enemy skill.
Magic Hammer, yep.
But we cannot get that yet because not only do we not have Manipulate, because we need to manipulate them for them to use it, I believe. We don't have enemy skill anyway. And, wow, this place...
Yeah, we have to wait. We have to have Yuffie give us back the materia she stole in order to manipulate it.
Well, this is a distinctly Japanese area. I like it. Also love the music here. Turtle's Paradise! Hey, we found the place! Been seeing their flyers the entire game. About time we find it. How many of the flyers have we found at this point? 4? Wait, were those... Well, talk to them in a moment, I guess. Water God.
Hello, Turks.
Why is it that everywhere we go, you guys are there? I know you're like the Black
I guess
Ops.
fate brought us together.
Yeah, I mean, it's what it's feeling like at this point. Yeah, Reno, really? Oh, they're on vacation.
We're taking our vacation, and now our vacation is ruined.
Dang.
Even the booze tastes bad now. Ouch.
Well, it's good to see that despite as shitty a company as they are, Shinra still gives vacation days. Now, right. I guess we're not going to be fighting them here. Now, something I rarely ever experiment with is the placement of this for me. I have rarely, if ever, done this prior or post the Golden Saucer sequence. So I always have Aerith in my party because you need to have her in your party for this next section. So I do not remember much of how the dialogue changes when she's not there. Aha! Screw you, Yuffie. I got an MP absorbent area. Damn it.
Oh.
Damn it. And at least
you can't buy materia here either, can you?
Nope. If you actually... I forget if we have to show it off or not. The building to my south right now that's not Turtles Paradise is the weapon and armor shop. And if you try to talk to them, they almost shun you away. Well, let's see if we can
Why
try
is
to...
that?
Yeah, I don't know. Let's see if we can find Yuffie. More weirdos.
Oh no, more weirdos.
Guess she's been in here. What's behind door number 1? There you are.
Whoa.
I can follow you, Yuffie. This town isn't that big.
Yuffie went to the Prometheus school of running away from things.
Ah, the Joestar secret technique. Oh, gee. I wonder where she is. I do love just the little nod they give there, though, because they're like, yeah, we got this. Need to press the button to punch this urn, and out comes a ninja. So, Yuffie, give us back our shit. We're just gonna follow her and trust her not to run away again? Really? It's kind of an easy path to run away from.
Shinra goons.
Shinra, they're on vacation.
What? Yeah, what the heck?
No, I appreciate that they actually stick it to them with that. Though if I recall, Elena's a bit different than Reno and Rude, because you can see she's clearly reticent about not helping them.
Yeah. She takes her job very seriously, even though she's a lower rank.
Plus, she's a newbie, so she wants to try and make herself seem better. Or at least more proficient, I suppose.
Committed.
I'm looking for. Yeah, committed. That's
committed to her job. Yeah. Oh, we're even during my vacation days.
Oh, that's a waste of your time. Trust me. I guess this is Yuffie's house, because this is Wutai, by the way. This is Yuffie's home. And hey, here we got Turtles Paradise number 6. I believe there's only one left to go, and that's number 5. What's this about Wutai? Well, I think we mentioned in a couple of the parts earlier on. Shinra, fairly recently, like within the past 5 or so years, finished off a war. That was a war against Wutai. How long that was going on, I can't exactly recall. I know you see the very ending events of it in Crisis Core, but she doesn't like how the town's basically become a tourist trap ever since. That's all it is. The pride is no... Oh, god damn it. I was just explaining why we're supposed to feel bad for you, and then you do this shit? Come on. I should note, that matters no matter which lever you pull. If you pull the right one that she told you to, it happens. If you pull the wrong one, it happens.
If you pull the right one, if you pull the incorrect one, she's like, haha, don't you ever listen?
Yeah.
Or something like that.
There's no way out of it, unfortunately. Now we gotta find her again. Great. Well, at this point, we've seen most of the houses in this area. She can't be in many more places. I guess in that case, let's check the Turtles Paradise again. Because now I need to wait for this guy. Oh wait, have I actually found all 5 or 6?
Are there 5 or are there 6?
There's 6. No, yeah, we found all 6. I forget what
Power
the other one was.
Guard source, magic source, mind source, speed source, luck source. Wow!
Yeah, it's a pretty good item haul. The Mega Elixir alone is pretty worth it. I should note, though, you only have a limited opportunity to get that item because Turtles Paradise Flyer number 2, the one at the Shinra HQ that we got, like, in part 6, I want to say, you can only get at 2 opportunities within the game. Back then, and towards the end of Disc 2. If you don't get it in either of those times, you lose out on those items forever. Let's hit the bell. Cool.
Secret passage.
Ah, great. You got captured,
Uh-oh.
too. Ah, great. Who is it? Elena? No.
Uh-oh.
I know that laugh. Oh, it's been a while. How you been, Don Corneo?
No, not this guy again.
Haven't seen you since you threw us down a secret door.
Oh.
Oh, and you got Elena, too. Oh,
stole Elena, too.
Damn it.
Dang, that's gonna piss off the Turks a lot.
Yeah. When I was younger, I always used to wonder what would happen if you got the MP Turbo Materia right now, but I think you need to get the MP Turbo Materia in order to progress events anyway, so need to make her get that. Cut that fight out, but that was just 3 more attack squad members that we saw from earlier. And now I have to chase down Corneo. Great. Well, we are in this house. I believe this is supposed to be the...
Yuffie's, right? Isn't this Yuffie's house?
This is the house... No, her house was the one we were in earlier. This is the house of the... I'm not sure if they're a king or a mayor or something. But we have some secret items around here. One of them is more notable than the others, if I recall correctly.
I actually just recently learned about all the secret passages here.
You also get a free inn here, which is pretty nice. Earlier, we got the hairpin, which I believe is an accessory that is, I want to say, female exclusive. That's pretty good. I'll post what exactly it does on screen right now. We also get the magic shuriken, which would be a weapon for Yuffie if she wasn't kidnapped.
Huh.
Oh, hey, you two. Yeah.
Elena.
Both of our girls have been taken. This isn't good.
That's not good at all.
And it's weird because clearly those 2 girls can hold their own to some extent. Yuffie was fighting alone from Wutai for how long, and Elena's out.
I mean, we saw her annihilate the Dragon King, right?
Yeah, and Elena's a Turk. You'd think they'd be able to hold their own, but I guess Corneo got the jump on them. At this point, though, we need to follow Corneo to wherever he took them, and it's in the only place...
He has the element of surprise.
It's in the only place we haven't been yet. Also, you're gonna want to make sure you have Aerith and Fury, just so... the reason I did that... In fact, I think I meant to cut that out, but oh well, I'm gonna leave it in at this point anyway. I want to make sure I can show off her Great Gospel limit break coming up. So we'll put her in Fury. Oh, I forgot to mention, as for what her 2 level 3 limit breaks do, because I think I showed them off earlier in the part, I forgot to comment on them. Her first level 3, as I scroll up to try and find it...
Isn't the first one HP, max HP recovery, second one is max MP recovery, and then the Great Gospel is... all of them?
I'm trying to find that on my notes here for some reason. Here it is. First level 3 is Planet Protector, which gives all party members Peerless status for a short time. Second one is Pulse of Life, which is full HP, MP, and status recovery. And here we have the next 2 enemies. First off, we have... I forget, do you have the Jeju-Me or do I?
You do. I've got Bizarre Bug.
Alright, the Jeju-Me or Jeju-Me, whatever. 640 HP, 410 experience points, 35 AP, 350 gil. Can drop remedies, deadly wastes, or X potions, and they can confuse you, so you're going to want to watch out for that. Otherwise, nothing of real note about them, but they can...
The Bizarre Bug drops X potions, also. It's got 975 HP, 420 XP, 40 AP, 340, 340 gil. And they're immune to Earth when in their flying state, but they don't have elemental weaknesses otherwise.
One thing I should also note about the Jeju-Mes. They have a Silk and Thread abilities. Silk will slow you down, and they'll follow it up with Thread, which outright stops them. If you run to these things in the battle square, because you can, they're a pretty deadly enemy just due to that alone. Since, well, obviously since you're on your own, you have no way to easily recover your HP. I want to say I recall the Berserk, the Bizarre Bugs have the ability to Berserk you, but I don't think that's a thing. I think they just have poison.
Yeah, they just have poison with toxic powder.
Yeah,
that's it.
And that's not that notable, just given again status ailments don't last a damn after battle. You also have a lot of scenes with Reno and Rude throughout this entire thing, but it's basically just y'all searching for them. And that's the Dragoon Lance. That's why I brought Sid into my party earlier. It's a pretty powerful weapon. No length slots, but just look at all those slots it gets anyway. Worth it.
How do you get past that fire?
We can't at the moment. That will be taken care of later. Because even if you try, because apparently it's such a powerful fire that no normal means can take care of it. I also really like that view there. Wutai has a lot of just really good imagery.
Wutai is a very good place. Definitely underrated in my opinion.
And we found them, and how did you get them up there? That would have required a crane, probably 3 or 4 assistants to tie them up. Rope escape lessons more carefully. Yeah, you should have learned from Naruto. You need to be a true shinobi. I don't know shit about Naruto, by the way, I should mention. I read the first couple of volumes, and I watched, I think, through the Zabuza stuff, and that was about it. I didn't really care for it.
Oh, God. She's saucy, too. God, Corneo.
Corneo, she's 15. That is all sorts of illegal. Elena, maybe not, but still, you're also kidnapping, which is illegal in its own right. What I'm trying to say is, you're going to jail. Yeah, we're not gonna fall for that shit.
Break your arm. I actually really like how Cloud and Co. and the Turks put aside their differences to save their party members respectively.
Yeah, I do like it when the villains have to team up with the main characters for a little bit. It's something I wish happened in certain other RPGs I'm thinking of off the top of my head right now. But he throws his new pet at us, Raps, which is just apps with an R on it. 6,000 HP, 3,200 experience points, 33 AP, 20,000 gil. We'll drop the Peace Ring upon demise, which I'll talk about that in a moment. And it's not a very dangerous boss. Its most dangerous ability is probably the fact it has access to Arrow 3, which will do some pretty good damage.
Which does a lot of damage. I've died to this guy because of that.
Yeah, it does, I think, around 1,500. And even if you have a way to reflect it, I don't think it will be reflected. Its Scorpion Tail ability, I think, can also cause poison? Overall, our strategy is going to be starting off with Great Gospel, Aerith Silver 4 Love Ring that we saw a moment ago, and then go all out. If you have any damage items that you have, like 8-inch cannons or otherwise, use them pretty well here as well.
What does Great Gospel do?
It's a combination of her 2 level 3 limit breaks. Complete HP, MP, and status restoration, as well as complete invincibility to all physical and magical attacks.
Oh.
It's pretty busted.
Temporarily, yes?
Yeah, I want to say it only lasts maybe 4 or 5 turns. I can probably find it just by looking up Peerless.
Well, that makes me want to use Aerith a little more.
Yeah,
I think
honestly,
I'm gonna replay. I think I'm gonna replay this game. I'm gonna pick it back up after this recording.
And that's that boss fight. And there's the Peace Ring. Actually, what does that do again? I forget. You know what? I think that prevents Berserk Fury and some other status ailments. Oh, and you're doing this shit again, huh?
Making us guess we get it right, and you're so sad we got it right. You decide to do stupid things.
I do like that line about him referring to their dropped bodies as squashed tomatoes. That's pretty good imagery. So, Corneo, you could press the button right now while this man slowly approaches you, and you would probably still come out victorious.
Yeah.
He's probably too stunned by this man's cool theme music. Where's Rude?
That's something I've wondered. Do you think they can actually hear the music?
Whoa! Whoa! Okay, nice timing, Rude.
Did he just shoot something at him, or did he cast a fire spell or something?
I'm not sure what he does, honestly. I want to say he probably just, like, throws a knife. Pretty good answer there, Corneo. Still wrong.
I love that right there, because it's like a Wile E. Coyote moment.
Squash tomatoes.
Because it's our job.
But you guys are on vacation. Shut up. So, how do we get them down?
We have no idea.
I mean, it's not like in Advent Children where we can jump like 30 feet in the air. That doesn't start happening until Final Fantasy IX.
They want us to find Cloud.
I'm right here.
Well, here I am.
But, because we helped them out, and since they're on vacation, they're just gonna let us go. So do you think that's more because they just don't want to work, or is it actually gratitude, though?
I would say a little more gratitude.
That's why I like Reno and Root a lot. They have a good sense to them. Hey, stop touching me like that. Oh, I don't like this. No. But she gave us our materia back.
The placement's all messed up.
And she does actually put materia into your slots, but it's all over the place. All right. We got our materia back. I'm sure we don't need Yuffie anymore. Let's just leave. Oh, she wants to come with? Well, too bad. Oh, are you going to give us that materia that we took earlier? You know what? Come back in. You're cool. MP Absorb, that is a support materia that if you link it to something, I believe it'll convert the damage you've done to some amount of MP?
I don't know.
That sounds about right. So let's take a look at our materia. Restore, all destruct. Yeah, this is not right at all.
That's not right at all.
Yeah, at this point, I'm just gonna take a brief little thing to switch my materia around. And at this point, let's go after those razor weeds again so I can get that magic hammer enemy skill from them. As I said earlier, you can only get it from them if you manipulate them. And as for what magic hammer does, it's potentially one of the most broken in the game if you use it correctly. What it does is that it drains 100 MP out of an opponent. And that's really good because on normal encounters it doesn't do too much. But most boss fights only have maybe between 300 to 600 MP usually. And thus, if you just say you have that on 2 enemy skill materials, have them do 3 turns of that, they're not going to be able to use a wide amount of their abilities.
Huh.
I try not to abuse that too much just because I think that's a little too unfair towards the bosses. There's only one I would outright recommend using it against, and that's towards the very early portion of Disc 2.
Oh, yeah. I know exactly what boss you're talking about. That boss is a pain.
Yeah. But still, that's one I recommend getting. It's also one that you can get fairly easily, too, considering I think Razor Weeds are fairly low level compared to you at this point.
So it's fixed in this game, right, Magic Hammer?
Yes.
It's fixed 100?
Fixed 100.
I kind of like how in Final Fantasy IX they changed it back to a random number between 0 and their current MP. I actually really like that.
Yeah, that was nice. And right now I'm actually showing my Yuffie setup because there is another side quest we can do here in Wutai now that we've finished the major Wutai quest, which, by the way, might as well bring it up. If you finish that quest before the date sequence, as I mentioned before, you get 10 points to Yuffie. That is the last relationship value change in the entire game.
That's a lot of cats.
I love them all, especially this one. And there's HP Absorb, which is the exact same as MP Absorb. You basically drain HP from enemies when you attack them. With anything that's linked to, I should add. So, like...
Now, here's a question. Let's say you had something with 2 sets of linked slots, right?
Yep.
You got Fire and MP Absorb, and you also have Fire and HP Absorb. If you use Fire, do you absorb both HP and MP or not?
I am not sure. You know what? I'll set this out for future me to do. Future Kyle, when you get to this point, test that out.
I'm also going to experiment on that myself and see if it works.
And we also now can use the weapon and armor shop, and it's just good to buy more or less one of everything here because Wutai does have pretty good equipment. But now it's time for us to head to the one thing we haven't investigated in this entire town. We've been to everywhere except that one big building in the distance. But with that, we're going to need to end this off here and see what's there next part. Thank you guys for watching, and in part 18, we're going to be doing just that. See you guys then.
See you guys then.